Apple TV has bought the rights to the Cosmere. We have an update on the Fourth Wing TV series, and we also have so many book announcements to go through. So let's do this bookish news episode. Brandon Sanderson has made a deal with Apple TV and has sold the movie rights to his universe. So they are going to make TV series adaptations, and they will start with the Mistborn series, and then they will also do the Stormlight Archive and probably many more. This is really exciting, even though it's a bit scary, because I hope it will turn out great. But the thing that's exciting with this deal is that Brandon Sanderson has more control over the TV series adaptation than you usually have. So he will write, produce, and also have final approvals over things, which I hope will make it a really great TV series. And speaking of TV series updates, we also have one from producer Michael B. Jordan, whose company Outlier is producing the Fourth Wing TV series adaptation. He said that we are making sure that this is going to be an exciting show that delivers on all the things the fans want, and some things they won't be expecting either. It's coming, it's early stages, but I feel how much people care about this one. It's not lost on us, so that also sounds promising to me. The TV series will air on Prime Video whenever it's finished. It's been a huge month for book announcements, cover reveals, and also other bookish news, so we are going to start with them. First of all, Sophia Saint Germain has announced that she is writing a new Viking-inspired series. It's called Seal of the North, and the first book is called Who Hears the Waters Call. It's a new romantasy series, and it will include a Viking setting, also an War Academy school, and also enemies to lovers, so it will be exciting to see what she comes up with. The last book in the Wolf King trilogy has also been announced, and it's called The Wolf Queen. It will finish this series and it will be released in September, and more information is coming out soon. Marie Lu has announced another YA fantasy duet, which is called Mortal Things, and it will be released in October this year. And more news about Red City 2 is also coming soon, so that's really exciting. And here's how the cover is looking for Mortal Things. Madeline Miller, who wrote the really popular Songs of Achilles, is releasing a short novel this September, and it's called Mestra. It's about a father with a curse and his daughter who has this special ability, the gift of metamorphosis, being able to change into whatever she needs. But the father's curse is everlasting hunger, and the daughter will eventually need to decide who she's gonna save, herself or her father. Alexa Christo announced that she has been working on an adult debut novel this year. She said it's the hardest and most freeing thing she's ever written. It's an ode to magic of books, and it has elements of fae, also vampires, a badass FMC who is a warrior librarian, and it will be released in November this year. S.F. Williamson announced that her last book in her trilogy, Language of Dragons, will be released in December this year, and it's called A Storm of Swallows. Author Penn Cole posted on her Instagram that she has finally drafted the fourth book in the Kindred Cursed saga. She wrote that she has been feeling guilty for taking so long to finally finish it, but she's also happy that she made it on her own timeline. The book is called Burn, and there will be a few months before we get any more information, but it's coming. L.K. Stevens also posted on her Instagram that she is finished with Silver Cloak 2, and it's going to production, so we will also see that in the future. And then we also have Alex Astor, who announced that she is working together with Mattel to write the first ever YA Barbie novel. It's called Barbie Dreamscape, and it will take place in the Barbie world. It's planned for this summer, and cover and more information is also coming, and that sounds really fun as well. TJ Klune also announced a new book from a dog's perspective. It's supposed to be a funny adventure, and it will be released in 2027, and it's about finding your place in the universe. And then also Brandon Sanderson gave us an update on Ghost Blood, which is the Mistborn Era 3, and he said that he is 100% finished with it, but he needs to do some editing and then he will go straight into the second book. But he needed to do some Hollywood stuff first. And now we know what the Hollywood stuff was all about, so I guess he is back to doing revisions on that, and will continue with the sequel after that. Since the last update, we also have had some really interesting releases. We have had The Poet Empress by Chen Tao, who's available now. Dawn of the North, which is the third book in the Ashen series by Demi Winters, is out as well. And also the Book of Blood and Roses. Queen of Faces by Petra Lord is also out now. Also the book We Who Have No Gods by Liza Anderson. And then L.J. Andrews has also released a short story collection from his different universes. In the last news episode, I shared the behind the scenes from the photo shoot of The Knave and the Moon, and the day after you could see how the cover looks. But here it is, and this is the sequel to The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, and it will be released in September this year. The 8th book in the popular Dungeon Crawler Carl series has also had its cover released. It's called A Parade of Horribles, and this is how the cover is looking. The cover for Ruinous Ends, which is the second book in Ivy Marie's Duet, was also released, and then the cover for Immortal Rose by Alexander Bracken was also released. Daggermouth is a really popular dystopian romance book which has been blowing up on TikTok and Bookstagram, and it will be traditionally published soon. It's the first one in the Python Duet, and the indie copies are selling fast. So if you want to get one indie published, you need to buy it soon. Otherwise, you'll have to wait during this year to get a traditionally published one instead. As I've understood it, the ebook will still be available like it was. But if you want an indie copy, you need to buy it straight away, otherwise you will have to wait for the trad published ones. The Shadow Prince is also getting traditionally published, and this is how the cover is looking. The indie versions will go out of sale this February, so snatch one while you can if you want one. And then also Kissed by the Gods by Katie Rogan is getting traditionally published, and she released the new cover of the books, and this is how it looks. I really like the old one as well, but I think this looks really beautiful. And then we also have an update from George R.R. Martin about his thoughts and feelings about finishing the last books in his series A Song of Ice and Fire. He was interviewed by The Hollywood Reporter, and if you haven't read that article, I highly recommend it that you do, because it was really interesting. People have asked him if he would like someone else to finish it for him, but he said that he would see it as a huge failure if he doesn't finish this series, and he still intends to do that. He also said that if something would happen to him, there is no other plan for someone else to finish it for him, then the series will be left unfinished. He describes how he still loves his universe that he has built, but he feels a bit trapped by the success of it. He finishes the interview by telling the reporter that he intends to kill off a lot of characters compared to the TV series, because he thought they got a bit more of a happy ending than he ever intended. So it sounds promising that he still intends to write these books, even though we'll see if he gets around to it, I guess. That was all the news I had for you this month. Subscribe if you like this video, and if you're curious what I read last month and want to have some inspiration for your next read, you can check out my January reading wrap-up.